Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of 31 Days of Indie Horror. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and I've got two guests who have been on the show before. They were in last season's episodes, but not together, separately. So it's going to be fun to have them both on together. First, let me introduce Ri'Maku. How you doing, Ri'Maku?
Hey. Pretty good. How are you?
Good. And we also got Papa Stro here, Rob Kellum. How you doing, Papa?
Great to be here with you guys.
Good. I'm glad you're all here. And we're gonna be talking about the 2004 basically student film that was put out, and I actually bought a copy of it years ago when he first sold it. And if you've noticed, I am wearing my monkey shirt. He had the main guy, the Irish guy, wears this shirt throughout the whole movie, if you remember that or not. So
how could I forget?
Yeah. It was great. So to begin with, I'll just explain that back in 2004 or so, maybe 2005, I discovered John McGuigan on the View Askew, which is the Kevin Smith web board, and he was selling DVDs of this movie and plus his other two movies that he made. And so I bought them, and I bought the shirt, and I watched it. And for years I couldn't find it, but it's been on YouTube, available to watch. So I'm anxious to hear what you guys say. At the end of it, we will do the stinkometer, which means that 1 through 10, 10 being stinky and 1 being pretty good, and everything. And we'll get through that. But first off, Ri'Maku, you had never even heard of this movie before, I'm pretty sure, right?
No, not even at all.
Yeah, and your friend, you said you watched it with your friends?
Yes, I watched it with my writing group.
And did they enjoy it? Was it something that, at least made them laugh a little bit?
The cackling, it was completely 100% worth it.
Okay, good. I'm glad of that. And Stro, you had never seen this before either, right?
It's first time.
Yeah. So you hadn't heard of it either, right?
No.
Yeah, because I was pretty sure, like most people, had never heard of this movie because it's not something like, it's not even on Tubi or anything like that. Though I think it probably could. I don't know what their stipulation is on these kind of things.
I'm surprised it isn't.
Yeah.
On TV.
It's it's one of those goofy, made student films made at Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana, and some of it's also filmed in Chicago, which part of Dublin was Chicago, which I thought was
that makes
cool.
sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Ri'Maku, could you explain this story at all? Like, tell people what this movie was about.
Sure. Okay, so in essence, the story is about a cursed object that you should never touch. A curse that has been activated that brings a werewolf to the small university in Muncie, Indiana. And the story, from what I gathered, I could be completely wrong here. The story, from what I gathered, is involving a group of 3 people who must solve and protect and fight the mystery of this werewolf.
Exactly. That perfect. And we'll go into spoilers. If you want to, we'll leave the link to where you can watch this movie on YouTube for free, so you guys can actually check it out. But this, okay, so to go into a little bit more deeper into the story. So it takes place on the college of Ball State University, and basically, what's his name? I've got all the names down here. So it stars this guy James Roberts as Jake Brody, who is a sort of brooding college kid who has still feelings for his ex-girlfriend. But that doesn't even really matter because he's really afraid of this werewolf that's on campus that probably ate most. Well, we don't know whatever happened to her. What did you guys think ever happened to the body of Lisa Parker?
Werewolves gotta eat.
Well,
that's it.
he attacked, and then you saw him run away, though, right? After he knocked the guy down. So do you think he just ate her?
Yeah, but he could have come back. He could have come back, or like him as a person. If he knew he was a werewolf, he could have hidden the body somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true. If he figured out he was a werewolf, he could have been like, oh crap, because who knows how long that guy's been like knocked out for, he woke up he woke up in the emergency room or whatever, the health,
A lot could have happened between now and then.
Exactly.
So who knows?
Or maybe she didn't die at all. Maybe she'll show up in a sequel.
I would
There
hope.
you go.
Maybe she got turned into. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people got bit in that, but not changed. So I guess that must not have been a part of the lore.
And there was no blood. I was surprised.
Well, no, wait. Yeah, no, wait. I'm wrong.
What do you mean wrong about?
About the bite not turning people.
So yeah, because the bite does turn the other guy at the end, right? Like the main guy, Connor.
Yeah.
He turns into a werewolf later. Which is weird because he did destroy the object.
Well, he just kind of yoed it and it disappeared. He just and then it just, so we don't really know if he destroyed it.
Yeah, I don't know if it destroyed, but
it may have subliminally hit it somewhere. You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe
it went back to the lady he stole it from in the first place.
Right.
Wouldn't that be weird if you were like a gypsy and you're just walking around and all of a sudden your cursed object came, hey, oh, welcome back,
Right.
I don't know, maybe that would hurt somebody to like fly right into their face, because it comes out of nowhere and just I don't know. It's interesting ideas of what could happen with that. I don't think, honestly, I think when they were writing this, or when John wrote this movie, he's the guy who plays Connor. He's actually my favorite character. Who's your guys' favorite character in this movie?
Connor.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
Hands down, Connor. Yeah.
He gave himself the best part in the movie, of course.
It was the way he delivered lines, the dialogue. I mean, I like you can't just walk away, and yet here I go. I was just like, yes.
Perfect, right? Yes, that was
charisma from the start.
Yes.
Exactly.
Honestly, just the entire time, every time he came out, I was like, it's gonna get good again.
Yeah.
And like I think they did hold auditions and stuff for this movie because some of them were not his normal people that he always casts in his movies, but some were. So I'm gonna get into that real quick. Let me get into the cast, I guess, some more. So Jake Brody was played by James Roberts. He's the main guy, and he I think he's just an actor that was at or like a student at Ball State that wanted to do acting and auditioned and did a good job and got the lead role. Though, is he the lead role or is Connor the lead role? I don't know.
I think Connor.
Yeah, we'll go with Connor because
I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, he's the first one that showed up in the film. The first part of the film was about him, and the last part of the film was about him. That's protagonist material to me.
And even the middle, like when he's getting chased by Mr. Worthington's people,
chased with no chase scene music, by the way.
Nope.
Yes.
Okay, I
was going to say that. Yeah.
I do have to. I think I did explain this in the thing, but a lot of it was copywritten music. So
well, yeah, but normally it muted, but you could still hear the feet sounds, the ambient sounds. So it was like a conscious choice not to put a score in there or any sort of background music.
That's it.
You're right.
It takes really good talent to have your punches and kicks sound the same. That was pretty impressive.
The punches and kicks sound. Yeah, they did sound the same, didn't they? Holy cow. I didn't even think about that.
So we were the entire time, my friends and I decided to call Connor Discount Jacksepticeye. And and so that's what it was, just Discount Jacksepticeye. And also did almost everyone else in the entire film just did not know what to do with their accents. Like the main guy, he started off as British, and then he went to Russian, and his eye patch went from one side of his face to the other about halfway through the film.
Oh yeah, that continuity. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I think like, I mean, I think that was an accident. Like, I think that was not like consciously done, or whatever. But
that reminds me when the Robert Hood Men in Tights movie, where the King's mole kept showing up in different places of his face.
Yes. But here's the thing. That I noticed is that the film seemed very self-aware of what it was. And so that's, I think, what made it really good, because like the one point where he's just like, it's not even silver. Like when he looks at the silverware, and it's like, it's stainless steel. And he's just like, I don't know. The whole thing, it seemed very like aware of what it was, but didn't like overdo it in either direction. So it made it really fun.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're right. It could have been spoofy, or whatever. But like that's not what they were trying to. Because this is what I think. I think they were trying to make a real werewolf movie at one point, and then they were just like, "Fuck it," halfway through, because it sort of has like both sides going, and they probably saw how goofy the werewolf looks. And they're like, this is going to be a comedy.
Jeans and sneakers, and not even grip sneakers. That werewolf slipped like a lot.
Oh, when I saw first that werewolf, I popped. I'm like, oh my God.
There was like four people playing the werewolf. So
there were a lot. Did you see in the credits where it was like no animals were harmed in the making of this film? But the werewolf suit was definitely trashed.
Yes.
The credits were great because like it added to the humor of everything. They tried to put in humorous things to make you still enjoy it. That was the thing. I think this is definitely a horror comedy, but with a lot more horror than what some horror comedies do. And some horror comedies definitely have a balance of both. There's like 50-50. But like I said, I think literally they were trying to make a real movie, like real werewolf movie, and then they're just, well, maybe, because then there were scenes like my favorite scene in the whole movie was the scene at the party scene where he comes up and he says the guy's like, do you like magic tricks? And the girl's like, hell yeah, I got a magic trick in my pants.
The delivery of those lines, like, I don't want to fight you. Too bad.
Yes.
I
actually quote that movie.
That was epic.
I'm going to. I'm straight up going to. Like, put hands to the sky, or reach for the sky. Yeah, reach. Yeah.
Oh, those guys, by the way, are his normal people. If you notice, they are in the movie like throughout, like as different characters or whatever.
Yes, I did notice that.
Yeah, and so he uses a lot of those guys, and those guys are people. Okay, so when he first was making movies, John McGuigan, he made these movies called Monkeys, and that's where this monkey shirt comes from. And he made these two, like, they were high school films, like senior or junior films, and he was making them for fun with his friends. And I think his task was to make like a short film, and he made like a little longer than a short film and stuff. So he ended up making these movies that were just goofy and silly and fun, not taken seriously at all. And his friends are very much overactors. That's what they do. They overact on purpose. I don't know. It just said my computer was unstable. So did you hear what I did?
Yeah, I hear.
Okay. I want to make sure it got everything. So those guys like Mark Wilhelm, and I was a little surprised because Peter Rago, who's part of his crew in Illinois, was on sets for the Indiana ones. So I wonder if they went to the same school together, or they went to Ball State together or something, and he just helped out. That would have been my thing. I'm actually friends with, I think, Eric Grau, and I was friends on Facebook with Brian Wessel, who was the newscaster guy,
Okay.
who has my favorite line in the whole movie, which is the best pickup line I've ever heard, which is, "This just in, you're foxy." And just he says it every time. I can't help it. I just crack up. I can't. Brian is hilarious. He's just, he's a good actor, and all of them are fantastic to me. Like they're good for what they do, like they know themselves well. And you can't say that for a lot of indie films, because a lot of people are playing different roles and they're not kind of getting cast as this, and so
Right.
they're trying different things. And I'm sure you both, since you're both actors, well, I mean, Rocky, you act, a good amount, so this stuff. Like, it's sometimes people ask you to act on a different thing than what you're probably used to,
Mhm.
and everything. And I think these guys know themselves pretty well, know what they're capable of doing and not doing. Would you guys agree with that statement? Maybe.
I would agree.
Yeah, absolutely, totally.
So there's like Eric Grau, Mark Wilhelm. I love these guys. Those are like the lackeys that were with the main guy at the bar fight scene.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I think that.
Oh, that was amazing.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That bar. Yes.
So let's talk about the bar fight set.
The mustache on that bartender
Yes.
killed me.
I'm
Yes.
jelly, man. I wish I had a stash like that.
I'm sure you can get one for like $1 at the dollar store.
Yeah.
This is a
I'll look
very
into it.
achievable goal you have.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Hey, you gotta aim high, right?
Over
But
the stars, you land on the moon, something.
Right.
but yeah, it was great. And the actual set, I believe, is like somebody's basement, and
Yeah.
everything, which is fantastic. It was at least somebody in someone's house, I'm pretty sure, because that was not an actual, like, they filmed outside of somebody's real like bar or something. Went inside and you're inside this person's house. And I love that. Like, I thought I've seen that bar set before for another short film that they had done that was up on YouTube at one point. I don't know if it still is. But then also saw, and they're really good at like fun fight scenes, like not to be taken seriously fight scenes. That bar fight was not to be taken seriously at all. So yeah, so what is it? One guy comes up and bothers Connor, and then they start all. But my favorite line in that part was him saying, look over there," and then the guy punches him. It was like, "You're supposed to look."
That one made me. That one made me giggle.
Well,
Oh my god.
I gotta know, because like when I didn't tell you anything pretty much going into this movie that this was like, I think I said this was low budget and everything. This is definitely indie. But when you invited your friends to watch, were they like a little shocked that this was not probably higher budgeted?
No, not at all. Because they've watched the past couple that I've done. I've made sure, like whenever I'm not there, I'm like, "Hey, you guys want to watch this movie?" And they immediately are like, "Yes!" They're so into it.
Okay, good. Because I know we've had you on for a couple shows, couple Zoom shows, and I think
Yes.
are these the same friends you keep asking to watch the last ones and everything?
Yes. With a couple of new ones. I added I created a new writing group using a bunch of members of one writing group that I'm still in, and then some new ones from another one that I completely abandoned.
Oh, nice. So you just took some of the ones that you
Mixed circles.
mixed?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, keep it fresh, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, you got to keep doing that. I agree 100%.
Just new points of view, new variety.
Yeah. But yeah, that's awesome, because I mean, when I was up in LA, there was a group that did like Bad Movie Mondays, and this would be something that, like, I don't know. I don't know. This isn't like, I don't know if I'd show this for Bad Movie Monday, like, because I think this is too.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Like it is, but only on like on the levels that it's supposed to be. It's not bad at being bad.
Like, it knows it's bad. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, because not in like a bad way, but it knows it's like supposed to be this B movie about like, it took a lot of the werewolf cliches that we get, and we get a lot of them in this movie, but like, to be, the beginning with the guy walking, and then he hears the hears the wolf and everything.
The
he starts-
generic wolf howling sound that plays 3 times and does not change at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's better than the last, so we're doing another movie tomorrow for Indie Film Cafe. That's a werewolf movie. And
Oh, cool.
Paul picked it, and it has, oh God, it's awful. But it has even worse wolf sounds. It doesn't sound like wolves at all.
Oh, wow.
This at least sounded like a wolf, or whatever, like the generic wolf howls you probably get on your editing software sound effects, and everything.
It's like the thing that generically comes with like iMovie or Windows Movie Maker or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Back in 2004 too,
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing you got to give it grace. It's 2004 when people's clothes didn't fit and it was on purpose, and for some reason they thought that was okay.
When the wolf got hurt and sounded like a crying puppy, I started to have some sympathy for the.
I did
know
not.
what I mean?
I was just like, oh, you big and bad, huh?
Yeah, not so big and
Like,
bad.
I gotta go check and see any of my dogs were hurt or something, because it sounded like one of my dogs.
Just stark difference from.
Yeah.
I insulted my dog.
Uh,
I think your dog is your dog upset right now? Is your dog sad?
He
that
got
you're-
worried.
Oh.
He got worried.
Oh.
What the- He's trying
Yeah.
to figure out how to do that.
yeah, because when the wolf got hurt, I mean, my dogs thought it was like one of the dogs got hurt too at the
Oh.
same time. So I had to calm them down, right?
I didn't watch this movie with my dog. I don't want my
He's
dog.
vaguely in the background.
I don't want my dog
Hey,
getting.
baby. Oh, so adorable.
This is Bash.
Oh,
Hi, Bash.
Bash. That's cute. Stro, you've got was it Sparky and
Yeah, I got a whole gang of them. Sparky
Nice.
and Ebony. Ebony's my black Cocker Spaniel.
Oh,
Sparky's
cute.
Sparky's my tan Dotson. I got a Frenchie.
oh,
named
you got a
Daisy.
Frenchie now?
Yeah. Oh, she's adorable. Yeah.
Oh,
And
Jackie,
and I
but
got
Jackie wants to pet your Frenchie. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, she'd love Daisy, man. And then I got a new Great Dane I'm raising now named Duke. I mean, he's black with a white spot. He's adorable.
Oh,
Hmm.
well, that's good. You got a whole, clan there, whole gang.
I got this
Pack.
one, my cat, and then there's a German Shepherd in the house.
Nice.
Oh, cool. I got one outside named Major. Yep, that's awesome.
Nice. We got Bosco.
Bosco. All right.
Bosco
Go
and Major.
Bosco.
Wow. All right.
Yes.
We got a gang here,
And none of them have ever sounded like that werewolf once.
not even when they cry. They're like,
Oh no, when he cries, he sounds like his one rental brain cell just like is rebooting.
Oh.
he's a big dog. Holy cow.
He's not. He's really not. He's just in my lap.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
He's so cute.
He is a baby. Here's the thing with Bash. You can like he's never I don't strike my dog or anything when he's upset. Like when you just use a mean tone of voice, he gets unreasonably upset.
Oh.
So like when I was watching the movie and the werewolf was coming, my first instinct would have been like, hey, no, get back. Bad boy. Like throw a stick or something.
I actually thought that too, because when I was rewatching it, I was like going, aren't you supposed to say something to the dog like, nice doggy, don't attack me,
It would have been a good addition. I think.
Yeah, I thought so too, because these guys are like Ghostbusters fans. I've seen them do like things with that. And there's that
Right.
that great line in Ghostbusters where he's like, oh, hey, yeah, Pooch, I've got a milk bone, or whatever, could have done something like that. But the guy didn't say anything. Until he screamed, or whatever in the beginning, the first attack,
Mhm.
and then the girl, there was a very good American Werewolf in London reference. I don't know
I've
if you
never
guys.
seen that.
Okay, so obviously you wouldn't pick it up, but when the girl's like mad and she was gonna help the guy up, and then she gets
Mhm.
attacked, that was very much a homage to Werewolf in London, and I
Mhm.
thought having just rewatched that movie, I hadn't seen him forever. Just rewatched that movie for 80s horror, horror films podcast.
That was so cool because the lady, the romantic interest in the American Werewolf in London, she also was on Logan's Run years
Cool.
before. And I popped when I saw her when I first saw American Werewolf in London. It's like, oh man, she's from Logan's Run. That's so cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We should have had you on the show talking about that. But so anyway, the movie itself had some like nice homages, had some nice little like references to everything. Honestly, I just enjoyed how fun this movie was, and it's only an hour long, an hour and something with credits, in actuality, it's probably like 58 minutes of the actual movie, or whatever.
I really want to know what music was playing behind those blank moments, honestly.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll let you borrow the DVD, Ri'Maku. So
I would love that actually. This would be something that I like 10 out of 10 watched again.
Yeah, I would.
Totally, yeah. Entertaining.
Oh yeah, and the actual the DVDs actually had the original music and everything in it, and I want to just YouTube copyright strikes and gets rid of all this stuff or whatever, and so that kind of sucks, because then you're listening to it and then all of a sudden it gets silent, and I was like, okay, I got to make sure I warn you guys because otherwise you're going to be really confused as to.
I mean, it's YouTube, so I figured it probably was something copyrighted.
Yeah,
but it was good to know like ahead of time. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, so it doesn't throw you off a little bit. But yeah, it was fun though. Like there was some stuff that was like copywritten, and then like my favorite part, in the montages is the scene where the guy's like watching the stuff on the computer or whatever, and the bear just gives him like the thumbs up or whatever. Yeah. And so I need to rewatch that movie too. I haven't seen him forever because I chose this on a whim when I found it on YouTube, and I was like, oh, we need to do this for 31 days because we can't really do it for Indie Film Cafe, since it's so short. So I figured 31 days of indie horror, and this is indie at its best. Like you can't get more indie than a student film. I hope he got an A for this movie. Like John,
it's genuinely entertaining.
John, if you're watching this, let us know what grade you got, because it's either he got an A for it or he got he didn't get an A for it because of too long or something, because
that happened to me in one of my film classes. I kind of made the same mistake. They were like, yeah, make a short film, and then I made this little film and it wasn't little anymore. It was terrible. It's the first film I ever made, my first time like picking up an actual like camera with no idea how to use it because they didn't teach us. They were just like, here's a camera, learn how to use it, make a film, that's your final, bye. And it was just like, so yeah. So I made a little horror film, and it was indie horror, all right. And and when I turned it in, they docked me a whole letter grade because it wasn't within the time limit, but it was only over by like 5 minutes.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, so I didn't really have time to edit the rest because I was just starting. Wee little baby filmmaker.
That's what drives me crazy about those like 48-hour films. Like I've never directed one. I've only acted in a couple, and even acting is just like you've got no time. You have to make sure that this is in like 1 or 2 takes. And
last couple I've done, like there were 2 in a row that I did where we turned it in within 60 seconds of the time limit. Like the person, like we like just like drove off to the scope, and then this person just like ran out, like booked it while the car wasn't even stopped, just booked it to turn it in time. And within 60 seconds, we got a whole award for it. Just like most likely to give the people a heart attack.
Sounds
Yeah.
about right. Jeez.
But actually, my 48-hour film festivals, like work or film projects, were better than most of my other work. So, like, I think that the tight schedule really worked for me.
Right. Some people it works for, I'm sure. I would go crazy. I really hate strict deadlines and everything. It just makes, I got anxiety, like just, like thinking about that, a second ago.
Some deadlines I don't like, but something like that where the fun of it is the deadline, I like it because it's a limit I can work within.
Exactly. Stro, have you ever done those 48-hour film projects?
I did one long time ago. And it was crazy trying to put it all together. I mean, I didn't think we were going to ever get it together, honestly, because it was going all, so anything that went wrong at the time, and everybody was going all different directions creatively, and I just didn't know if we'd ever get on the same page, but we finally got it together and everything, and it surprisingly, it turned out a lot better than expected. Really, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. So I mean, considering this is a student film, but this is still a very good indie for that.
Yes.
They actually
good
say
story, I thought.
Yeah. I feel like if he wanted to remake it, he would remake it. Now, I honestly, so when I first saw this movie, I had the biggest, and I probably still do from watching it again, the biggest crush on Emily Boone, in it, like the main girl,
Yeah, she's cute.
She's adorable.
Yeah, she is.
And like just the way she
I like the lip shape.
What? Her lips?
Her lip shape was so good.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
She's just adorable, and she was so cute in this movie. And I remember this is back in MySpace, because this is like the time period that it came out. I actually followed her on MySpace because of this. And I don't know, sometimes because these are just student films or whatever, it feels creepy, to like be like, I liked your movie, and then I'm like, all right,
I feel like there's probably a certain like point where most people are like most actors don't like that, but I feel like, especially like indie film actors, I feel like they're probably like, I mean, heck yeah, I like being appreciated.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Because it's such like a niche type of like film thing.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't go too weird about it, like, or whatever. But like sometimes, I don't know, like if you're just like a fan and you're just like, hey, or you like the person a lot, I mean, I would watch something else. I think I think Emily and a bunch of them, I haven't really seen them do much after that, or whatever. So I think they this was just something
like
fun for them to do.
Yeah.
And they enjoyed it, and then it's done, they move on and go on and do other things in their life, or whatever. So hopefully the people who have been in this movie see this review, and they're like, at least they feel appreciated. Brian, I'm gonna probably butcher his last name, but Hoffs, I'm gonna guess, is his name. The guy who plays Trudy, Trudy Hefner the Fourth, by the way. I like that. I like all the like little names and everything that the main characters had. But Trudy, which was sort of funny that he was, sort of a female name. I don't really hear that many guys have that name. I've never heard Trudy as a man. Have you guys?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a unisex name, just like Ashley is.
Oh, I did not know that. I never heard it.
Yeah.
So that was the first time.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's not really an American name.
Right. So yeah. Okay. Well,
speaking of, so I was watching this with a couple of friends who are not Americans, who are in other countries, and they immediately called out, that is not what Ireland looks like. That doesn't look like Europe at all.
Yes.
So American.
From the very beginning, right?
It looked like the Eastern Shore.
Right.
It did.
It was not the Eastern Shore. It was Chicago, Illinois. But to look like Dublin or whatever, but like it's funny. I mean, obviously in their budget, I'm sure they did not have enough to fly someone out to go out to Ireland, unless it was unless it was like a vacation that they were planning, and then they were like,
Yeah.
I thought Connor did the best job keeping his accent though of everybody in the film.
I don't think I heard him waver much or whatever.
No.
There might have been like one or two lines where it sounded like John's voice and not. Oh, yes, there was one specific where he was talking to the guy and he was asking him. It was a little bit of a controversial question, but he asked him if he was queer. And I was like, that sounded American.
Yeah, and then they calling the other guy a fruitcake. It was like, what? But it's 2004. I mean, it doesn't make it better, but it makes it explainable.
It makes it explainable. I'm sure people like these days they wouldn't put that stuff in there. But
like you guys mentioned, the other guys, they were like all over the place. I can tell where they were from, honestly. With their
exactly.
accents.
Yeah, they tried. Though Nigel Worthington sort of had a, the boss or whatever guy. That's
he gave a good
went from British to Russian.
He did
the bad on both ends.
Yes.
Which is funny because his character I thought he was supposed to be Irish like the other guy.
I thought so too, but nothing sounded that way at all remotely.
We were watching a movie yesterday called Shredder. It would be up in the quick review Thursdays. But Paul and I were laughing because this person comes up and they're like, "Where are you from?" And it was like, "I'm from Europe." Who says that? Nobody says that. They say, "I'm from Ireland. I'm from England. I'm from, London. I'm from, Dublin, whatever." But they don't say, "I'm from Europe." That's very vague and very creepy.
Like, I'm from North America.
Exactly. If I asked you where you were from, you would not say you're from North America.
No.
You would say I'm from, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Maine, somewhere. You wouldn't say I'm from
that continent.
From that one continent that's somewhere. It's vague. So yeah, it was funny. But yeah, this movie, at least they tried with the Ireland stuff at first, and then you're right, all of a sudden it's like all of Europe. You had the English, then it went to the Soviet Union. It's just everywhere, which was sort of, I don't know, it was kind of funny.
It was cute.
Cute. It was like the guy was just trying to have fun, I guess. I don't know.
That's the impression I got.
Yeah. I wonder if you looked at the director and was like, "Where am I from?" I don't know. Just wherever you want to be from. But yeah, it was fun. I did like that. My one of my favorite credits in the thing was John McGuigan saying, "Written, directed, produced, edited, and stuff by." And stuff, because I feel like that is a lot of these filmmakers that do these indie films. They tend to do a lot more than just act, direct, write. You know what I mean? They do it all.
Mm-hmm. They do. Like when you have a crew that small, you got to wear like a bunch of different hats.
I think he was also the camera guy too, or somebody. I don't know if they mentioned a camera person in the thing, so I wouldn't be surprised. By the way, I got a special thanks because at the end of the movie, it's a special thanks to anyone who bought the Monkeys DVDs, or whatever. That's me, baby. I got a special thanks. I'll take it. But yeah, and I bought this, I bought the DVD of this too, because it's just, to me, his movies are just more fun than what I see in a lot of stuff. And he hasn't really done a lot of stuff since. And I don't know if as far as directing and making his own movies, I kind of hope he gets back into it at some point and makes epic features. You know what I mean? Because that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Curse of the Wolf 2. We were talking about that. If he,
wait, is there a second one?
No,
Okay,
not yet.
Oh man.
I personally request him to come back.
Yeah.
I would.
Yes, please.
Wouldn't it be great if he makes it in 2024? 20 years after the original.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And then it's like legacies. It's like the kids.
Yeah, they could do a reboot. Yes,
that would be so great.
They would just have to call it Curse of the Wolf again.
It would.
It would be Curse of the Wolf 2024. I would buy that.
I would watch it.
Yeah.
Yes, me too.
In a heartbeat.
Yes,
absolutely.
It would be fun. So yeah, this movie, I was just really surprised. I wasn't sure how you guys would feel about it, because even though it's cute and fun and silly at times, it's also got a really terrible werewolf mask that the guys wear, and and with jeans.
I don't know, it did it for me.
I popped when I saw it.
Okay.
That was great.
Awesome. And that makes me happy. And I bet that would make them happy too. So with that in mind, we're gonna do the stinkometer rating. And so in the stinkometer, we do 1 through 10 scale, 1 being really good and excellent, to 10 being cheesy and terrible, like terrible kind of things. And then you could do a 0.5, say 5.5 or 6.5 if you feel like you're not sure which one to rate it between. And then at the end of all of this, at the end of the year, we see which ones are the stinkiest, and we're going to put them on the ladder of stink after all of this is done. So we'll there'll be a lot on the ladder of stink. And there's going to be 31 of these. It's going to be interesting. So with that being said, I'd love to hear, Stro, what would you give this?
Oh God. Like I mentioned earlier with you guys, the story itself was really good. I was really, entertained by the story, and even with the other things that happened in the film, that comically, I was entertained by that too. And like what was mentioned, they didn't do too much with the comedy. They didn't do too much with this or that. They went different directions, but it kind of kept with the story, which I really appreciated. So I would have to go maybe 5.
5? Okay. What about you, Ri'Maku?
All right. So we're talking about we are strictly talking about like how bad it is or how much. Okay.
See with the stinkometer, like it could be.
I know. So I'm gonna say it 2.
You're gonna say it 2?
I'm gonna say it 2 because it knew there was a distinct knowledge of what exactly was going on. So it's like it was so self-aware of itself that you kind of can't be mad at it for the technical part at all.
Right.
For the continuity errors, it fits with the theme. But it was something that like I so genuinely enjoyed and would watch again just because, that I gotta say, like a 2. I solidly loved this movie.
All right. So this is.
And I'd watch it again also.
Yeah, and this is a movie I put on. I used to put on all the time. Like I would watch this over and over again on the DVD. Probably the DVD might not even work anymore because I've scratched it up so much because I've just used it so much. And it's just something that all I have to do is just turn it on and just I know every line. I can just relax, and stuff. I'm gonna give it a 1. It's one of those things where it's you're right, Ri'Maku, it knows what it's doing, and it's not afraid to do anything, I can't get mad at this movie at all.
That's impossible.
And I get Stro, I get your 5 because it's sort of a thing where as somebody who just watched it for the first time, you're probably this is a fun movie, but it's stink wise or whatever, it doesn't have that much stink, but also it's not Oscar winning stuff. So I get it.
Yeah.
But in my defense of that, it's just I watch this movie so much all the time. Like it's one of those movies that I just enjoy, for
Yeah.
its silliness and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, I'd watch again and the sequel if it ever comes out.
Yeah. So if it ever comes out, if there's ever a sequel, and John, I guess you got to make a sequel now. That's I'm guessing you would be like, hey man, you give us the money, we'll we'll do it.
Right.
I don't have money, but I will offer my video services.
Oh,
Nice.
there you
Nice.
go.
Seriously,
So,
if this person wants to make a second one, I will straight up go to Indiana or wherever and help because I enjoyed this that much.
yes, Connor would
yeah.
have to come back though. Connor has to come back.
Yes.
Connor, come back. We need you.
Yes, please.
I'm very glad you guys really enjoyed this because, once again, I had no idea. I have no idea whenever I show people stuff I love that if it resonates with them or not. Because there's sometimes I really, really enjoy something and then I'll show it to people and they'll just be like, I don't get what you like about this movie. And like this is such a silly, goofy movie that, and there's, as we said, there's things in it that from time to time might be looked down on as like, or they, but it was 2004, they were making these things back then. It was just a different time period. I'm sure if they remade this, those lines and those things would be taken out just because it's just not what people say anymore. People don't act that way.
I mean, yeah, you update with the times.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I don't feel like people should take out that stuff anyway, because that's like leave that as part of a history, kind of thing. If you start,
I mean, I guess don't celebrate it, and there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I enjoyed everything in this movie. Once again, if they make a sequel, Connor has to come back, or make Connor have his own movie, thing, Connor's adventures in Dublin, and stuff. Like he goes back to Dublin, and
Connor has to be either the main character in this one, or it's got to be like his kid or something. You can't just cut Connor out of this. It's not. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. It's just illegal.
Oh, that would be cool because it would be 20 years later. So maybe Connor does have a teenage
and he's a
kid.
werewolf now. He's a werewolf now. So like maybe that affects his age or something.
Right.
And that's interesting. And on top of that, maybe he has cubs.
I hate that we're calling them cubs for the record.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's
they're still kids.
I know, but that's just generally the wolf, terminology.
You want to know a fun fact about that, actually? Okay. So the guy who discovered like alpha and beta males and stuff like alpha wolf, beta wolf, he came out literally a few years later and was like, I am so sorry. I was wrong. My bad. Completely disproved his own theory. But it caught on like wildfire and people just really liked it. So it just kind of stuck.
Okay. Well, there you go. I got a history lesson right there.
Your daily misinformation with Ri'Maku.
Dude, oh my God, you should start a show like that for real. Like
I'm starting a Twitch channel tomorrow.
Oh, well,
awesome. Yeah.
There you go. You should let us know what that is and we'll promote it,
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm on Twitch too. I'll look you up.
Yeah. I will follow you on Twitch. I don't know how it works yet, but my one of my friends
I'm still learning.
in that writing group is gonna show me how to use like OBS and all that.
I've never done Twitch at all either, so but
you should do it because then you could play all of the cheesy like indie horror games.
Yes,
I could, but I'm not a gamer, man, because like, all right.
Okay, I will play it on your behalf and then I'll review it with you. How about that?
Dude, like we gotta have you have your own show on our show. Like
I would love that.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome. I'd love that.
If your viewers think that they would want to watch something like that, like
yeah, like they would.
I'd watch it. Heck yeah.
We'd watch.
I'll have to buy a werewolf mask.
Yes.
The one that
to Connor.
Yeah, but the one he had is not that hard to find, I'm sure.
Well, no, they trashed it. I'm really mad because like they could have kept that.
Yeah, you know how much that could be worth?
I feel like it was
Oh my
probably
God.
really, really sweaty though. Like I'm not gonna lie. I have a
Yeah,
mascot
I don't.
costume that I bought on like a drunk college night. I still don't remember buying it, but I bought
A
it.
Connor mask would be amazing.
It's sweaty.
Werewolf mask. Yeah.
Well, not a face of Connor or whatever, but of the wolf. You know.
That's what we're
I would
talking
also
about.
wear a Connor mask.
Yeah, she's wearing a Connor. Yeah, a Connor mask would be pretty cool.
Yeah, put an actual mask of Connor himself. You know.
Yeah.
I think John would love that. You know, like being immortalized.
That's one thing I wanted to mention. There was one part of the bar scene where he drank a beer and he like full on like like to drink the beer.
Right.
And I noticed that I was like, who drinks beer like that? It wasn't Connor. Connor knows how to drink beer.
Are you talking about the one friend who like, or one guy, like the lackey or whatever, that's like, when you look at him, he's like that. That was Eric, and he did that. I think he was told. I guarantee you, I bet he was told to just do something silly, you know, or whatever, or be tough. And so he was like, and then he kind of like gave like a little like look. Like he was supposed to be all scary and stuff, and it was just funny. It was goofy, but I love that. I love that he drank it like this, like half, like you know, like I was like, that's an awesome way to drink. I don't think it would get all the way down your throat that way, but I feel like it would spill a little bit. But I don't know. We'll find. I guess that's something to ask the guy there.
Yes, please watch this and let us know. It's important.
I think I swear to God, I'm friends with him on Facebook. If so, I'm gonna message him and be like, dude, we just did a thing. You better watch it.
Do tell him he has a new fan.
Please.
Yes,
absolutely. A couple fans.
Couple new fans.
Yes. I know I was. Maybe he got rid of his Facebook. A lot of people are getting rid of Facebook these days. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's antiquated and it's turning into what was it, Meta.
Yeah.
That one.
Mega Meta. Mega Meta. I don't know. It's becoming like a big problem where I'm just like, I don't even know what
copyright issue with it, because there's already a company called Meta and they tried to buy them out and they refused because the price that they offered them apparently was super low. And so they just went ahead and used it anyway, and somehow they're getting away with it.
Oh wow.
I don't know. It's I'm surprised too, but like it's Mark Zuckerberg, so who knows? But yeah, so this is awesome. Like I'm very glad you guys enjoyed this movie. I'm very glad. If people haven't seen it, go check it out. It's really funny. It's goofy. It's cute. It's kind of sad at the end. It's got a little bit of a sad little twist with
there's always that sad bit.
Yeah, and you know, they have to have a little bit of that drama, you know. And he tries to save her life, you know, but she finds the silver, you know, with the ring. Which, did you guys catch it in the beginning? Like, did you know that was
I was like,
yeah.
Oh girl, you're not gonna know this until it's far too late. And it's just like, okay, yeah, sure. Throw one silver thing you have at the werewolf instead of keeping it on your hand in the first place and decking him with it to begin with before the werewolf kills your friend.
Right.
Love of your life?
Love of your life. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That girl, like the character Maggie was, she had some sort of, I don't know. She's had some sort of, like she was madly in love with Trudy when she shouldn't have been, you know, with him cheating on her all the time. We didn't even talk about that.
Oh my gosh. Why? When she ran up and they saw her and they panicked, did they just go right back to kissing in a panic?
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
Right.
Well, I think he was thinking that if they're kissing, maybe she ain't gonna see or something. I don't know.
I don't know why they thought that. That was very not true.
I know. Well, I mean, it's also silly. Like, you know, what are we gonna do now? Just start kissing me again, you know, and then oh baby,
you'll never know.
And the part where the thugs are chasing Connor, and he just stops in the middle of what looks like a library or something and puts the newspaper above his face and they just walk by.
Why did he not just stay there? Why did he try to fight?
Right.
Also, what was with the doctor and the ominous Tootsie Pops?
Yeah.
Was that just like his thing and then it just never panned out any other direction, or
I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't even think about that.
When
Like,
you
because
took that lollipop off the ground, I was like, please don't put it back in your mouth, please.
yeah, that's pretty gross. Well, yeah, he notices it on the ground. And I'm like, well, at least he's not littering, like,
Right.
Yeah.
but it's just that was so funny with the Tootsie Pop. Like, just him going, ooh, Tootsie Pop. I'm like, you work there. Shouldn't you know there's Tootsie Pops there? Did you see these? Like, I feel like that actor did that, and then they just left it in the movie. It's like, ooh,
Same
Tootsie
energy
Pop.
as piece of candy.
Yeah, like, you're an actor. You see some candy, you're like, fuck it, let me do some candy. So there you go. Let me eat some candy. Actors always love having something extra to do.
Yeah,
So,
especially when it's like your thing.
yeah, because if you love having, you love doing something, whatever, and you're like, oh, maybe I'll be the Tootsie Pop guy.
Right.
But yeah, and the second time he's like, you want a Tootsie Pop? So he became the Tootsie Pop doctor, who didn't believe him about the werewolves. But I mean, I don't blame him. I'd be like, you're a little nuts, maybe, but it's okay. You're allowed to be, you're stressed out from college,
I mean, yeah, you just get what you can.
Yep. Well, thank you guys so much. I hope everybody had a fun time listening to us talk about Curse of the Wolf. And once again, I'm going to leave the link at the bottom so everybody can check it out if they wanna watch it. It's really fun.
Please do. It's so good.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I think you'll be surprised. It does sort of change the game for like student films, like what people and filmed on a very, very low budget. There were people, I was looking at some of the comments, and some people were taking it a bit too seriously. Like it's a fun little movie, don't look too much into it, like it's not, it was not, I don't think it was ever meant to really be out and available for except for people who enjoy Fire Salt Productions, which is John's.
Yeah, it's niche. It's not, if you don't like it, it's just not meant for you. That's all.
Exactly.
That's right.
I will have to show Paul sometime just to see what his reaction will be for it, and I'd love to hear what he has to say, because he loves cheesy werewolf movies, and for something that they just made this for fun. I love that.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you guys, and thank you guys all for checking this out. Join us tomorrow for another day of 31 days of indie film. So thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.